Was this book stolen from the Library of Congress? It has their mark right here at the top left-hand corner, and it even has that red stamp on it that tells you that it was received by the U.S. Geological Survey Library in 1889. On the title page, it has a repeat of that USGS marking, and at the very bottom of the page, it has these punched out holes that, if you look closely, spell out the initials LC for Library of Congress. Now, these holes were punched as an anti-theft device, and any book dealer down the line will know that if it has those holes, it means at one time it resided in the National Collection. It also has this stamp saying compliments of G.E. Bailey, who actually authored this pamphlet and sent it into the U.S. Geological Survey Library so that it could be added to the National Collection. And we even know when it was transferred from the USGS Library to the Library of Congress because it has this stamp that says by transfer, Geological Survey, February 18th, 1931, when it was given from the Geological Survey to the Library of Congress. And the Geological Survey had it because it's actually a survey of oil deposits that was conducted in Wyoming when we weren't even a state yet. It was done while we were actually a territory, and that's the reason that I bought it, because I've never seen an oil survey that is this old from the state of Wyoming. And I love the fact that it actually has a TP on the cover, because at this point in time in Wyoming, you had somebody that was prospecting for oil, but you would still commonly see these teepees being used on the plains by natives. Both its age and subject matter makes this pamphlet extraordinarily rare, and when I searched it up on WorldCat, I could find only one copy at one library in all of the United States at Stanford University. And that rarity made me concerned that this copy might have been lifted from the Library of Congress, because that does happen with big institutions. A great example of this is the recent thefts at the British Museum, where they actually had items from their collection that turned up on eBay that were put there by an employee. Luckily, I found one additional hand stamp that was actually hidden by the cover image, and this one says Surplus-1 Library of Congress Duplicate. And what that means is that when this copy was transferred from the Geological Survey Library to the Library of Congress, they already had a sample of this pamphlet in the National Collection, so this one was an extra, and it would be sold to a collector, and now is one of my absolutely most treasured items and a fantastic piece of Wyoming history.